So, welcome, powerful women leaders, to our Feminine Wisdom Circle. The intention of our time today is to create a sacred space for women leaders. And if you're here, you're a woman leader. There's no qualifications for that. But basically, you have wisdom. And we want you to access your feminine energy so that you can have more flow in your life and practice receiving and easily manifest, rejuvenate your soul, and up your joy, as I like to say. So we are all so powerful. We all have wisdom. And that's our intention. You may have your own version of that. Feel free to think right now for a moment, what would be really nurturing, valuable for you to receive today out of this time that you haven't been able to receive elsewhere. And just maybe think of a word or think of what that is as we go forth today, because today's topic is to soften into your presence and allow magic to unfold. I will tell you that about 26 years ago, somebody said to me, Laura, your power is in your softness. And I had no idea what they were talking about. I'm like, how can you put those two words together? And then I got it. And so today we're going to explore what that means, is how softness really is powerful and how it can unfold magic in your world. So I'm going to turn this over to Vasi to connect us to our centers and do a little centering.
Thank you, Laura. So we're going to start off here, and I'm just going to invite you just to relax, even though you think you may be relaxed right now. Maybe just check in with your body and just kind of soften into your body. And if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. I'm just going to lead us in a little short guided meditation. And so let's take a deep breath together. And on the out breath, letting go of anything that's weighing you down from your day, anything on your mind, on your body, in your heart. Good. Another deep breath. And as you breathe out, just be conscious of your feet and just soften your feet into the ground below you. The next breath, breathe in. And then as you breathe out, just settle into your hips a little bit more. If you're sitting or resting somewhere, just feel your hips just sinking down into the chair or wherever you're seated. Next breath, breathing in. And then just imagine you're softening your heart as you're breathing out, letting go of any place that feels tight or constricted. And let's just stay in our heart for a moment here. Take a couple more breaths. And maybe on the next breath, when you breathe in your favorite color into your heart. And as you breathe out, allow that color just to radiate throughout your whole body and just bathing you in softness and sweetness and love. And then I'd like you to imagine or see or feel beautiful sun above you. And it's a golden sun. It sparkles and radiates light and love and joy. And imagine, actually, you can tilt back your head and feel the warmth of that sun that's emanating love and light and joy. And just allow yourself, and the key word here is allowing, allow yourself just to receive what's already here for you in this moment. And know that in this space that we are co-creating, you will receive whatever it is you came for, whether you know it or whether it's deep within your being. Just set the intention right now to receive whatever it is you came here to receive that will allow you to soften even more into your presence and allow magic to unfold. And while you're basking in this energy of the feminine, just gently check and see if there's a word or a phrase that you're feeling or you're sensing or you just know. And this word or phrase embodies that feminine energy. What does that feminine energy feel like for you? You can make a gentle note of that in your mind or jot it down next to you. And then come back to your breath, and let's take one more breath together. And just a final letting go of anything that's keeping you from being totally present and connected to your beautiful, radiant self. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Sometimes I encourage people, after you open your eyes, to just rub your ears. There's something about that that just helps bring us back into our bodies. And thank you all for your beautiful energy. I really felt that. I really felt just like a calmness and stillness in our group. And so this is our space, all of our space that we're going to be co-creating together. And Laura's going to share with us the agenda next, what we'll be doing in our time.
Well, let's see. We're going to get to know each other. We're going to introduce ourselves to each other. And then we're going to explore feminine power and how to soften into our essence. Here, I'll show you my screen too for that. And Joanne, if you want to come on, you're welcome to come up as a panelist with us. We'll explore feminine power. Obviously, as I said, soften into your essence and allow magic to unfold. We're going to connect and share with each other. And then we're going to share with you about what we have cooked up, our Ignite Your Feminine Play Shop and the Spalicious Retreat coming up in San Diego. So I thought, but first we're going to introduce ourselves, and we're going to get, we as women have a very important role to play here in today's world in healing and creating a shift. But it's going to start with ourselves, making ourselves a priority and making a priority of our happiness in particular. Yeah. What? Yes. Happiness, joy, and then the impact we want to make. So everyone has their own definition of this feminine that Basi was telling us to bring up our word. And so we're going to co-create a definition of feminine together by our one words or phrase that came up. So I want to go around the room and have each person share their name, where you're located. You can say just a few words about, not sentences, but words, like one sentence about what you're up to in the world. It could be what you're passionate about or what you do. And then share that word that came to you most prominently that represents feminine power. So again, say your name, your location, what you do in the world, and the word. I'll put that in the chat for us. Yeah, you got it. Same name, location. Here we
go. Oh, you got it. Great.
Yeah. So, and for those behind this, oh great, Nikki, you can join now. I'll bring you up. Perfect. And Joanne, we'd love to have you join in. If you can't, you can always chat these answers. If you can, then accept the invitation to come up as a panelist. So, Lori, would you like to go first? Okay, so yeah.
Sure. Hi, I'm Lori Wilson, and I am in Escondido, California, which is North County, San Diego. And I am passionate about working with women to understand and be able to confidently manage their finances as a financial coach. And my words, well, it was two words. It was contained light.
Ooh, contained.
And there's part of a reason for that is I am, some people call it a spiller. I'm out there all the time. My energy can be really big and I can lose it so that I'm exhausted afterwards. So I'm learning to still be as excited and joyful and happy as I am, but just contain that within myself a little bit more.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. All right. So, Christy, share your name, where you're located, what you're up to, and your word.
Hi, everybody. My name is Christy Moyer, and I am in, excuse me, Southern County, below San Diego, Chula Vista, 5 miles from Mexico and 2 miles from the ocean. And I'm a retired educator. I taught special needs students for 50 years, so I've got a lot of teaching under my belt. And 12 years ago, I met a wonderful man and we were married. And so now I am vice president of his company, which is Music from the Heart. And so we co-create programs together. We had a live TV show for about a year that met twice a month, and that's up on YouTube. My husband has a YouTube channel, so I'm busy being VP.
Nice.
My word is unfolding, kind of like two words, for unfolding for infinity. I mean, I think if we really are serious about a spiritual path, that we're never done. You know, we're always a work in progress.
Awesome. I love that. Thank you. And welcome back, Josette.
Hello, and thank you, Laura.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too. So I'm Josette Diaz. I'm in San Diego. I'm a little down the freeway from Lori. And I am very passionate about helping women become more empowered and stepping into their truest part of themselves. The word that I heard, and I feel kind of a little shy about saying it because it sounds really but that's probably very good for me, is the word empress. When you said feminine energy, that's the word I kept hearing.
Mm. Love it. Thank you. Empress. And Sylvia, I'm just going in the order you're on my screen. Sorry.
Hi, thank you. My name is Sylvia Mencias, and I'm in Tijuana, Mexico, right across south of San Diego, very close to Chula Vista. That's where I lived many years. And I work in the renewable energy space, and I've been with this company for over 8 years now, and that's probably going to dissolve very soon. So I'm around the corner from making a new transition. And so the first word that came to me was flow. I'm passionate about uplifting others and particularly young teens. And I really would like to move into that space of providing some guidance and uplifting encouragement to our young teens out there.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Selena.
Hi, I'm Selena Billings, and I live in Mission Viejo, about an hour away from San Diego. And I'm part of a global cooperative crowdfunding group who are focused on helping. I'm primarily focused on helping retired ladies find a way to earn a residual income through our cooperative crowdfunding group.
And your word?
Oh, my word was compassionate synergy.
Love it. I love how our words are so diverse, but they're from different facets, you know. It's great. Hi, Barbara. How are you? You're on mute, so come on off.
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thanks for being here.
Refresh my memory. My name is Barbara Alexander. I live near Grossmont College in San Carlos. I'm retired. I turned 70 this week. And my word was tenderness. And what I used to do is I had a healing practice combining spiritual, emotional, and physical healing. As an Alexander Technique teacher, a physical therapist, cranial sacral practitioner, social worker, Gestalt therapist. And I just kind of wove all those together to work with people.
Awesome.
And I'm not working now, which is wonderful.
Now you get to focus on you.
Hmm?
Focusing on yourself.
I am.
That's beautiful. Well, thanks for being here. Tina, welcome.
Thank you very much. And I will say my full name. It's Tina Colas. I'm a registered nurse. I live here in San Diego, Carmel Valley. Um, the work that I do, I said I was a registered nurse, but I'm at a transitional point in my career as well. And I've worn so many hats that at this point I've been healing through the lifespan and looking at the opportunity to work with the aging population. So
Nice.
kind of where I'm going. My words, I guess I have blanketed elevation. Just feeling the feminine warmth of a blanket and the rising of that positive energy, lifting it up.
Love it. Thank you. Adriana.
Hi everyone. Sorry. I'm Adriana. I'm from Sydney, Australia. I help women take a holistic approach to their health, and so that they can manage their health, they can take charge of their health, and basically be healthy throughout every age, every stage of their life. I'm just trying to think what was the next thing. The word didn't actually come to me, but I saw a light around me, and within that light I felt like a calmness and warmth. So I guess I'll say my words would be calmness, warmth, and light. But it didn't come. It was more a visual thing for me. Yeah.
Perfect. Great. Love that too. Nikki, welcome.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nikki Haritatos, but I go by Nikki H because Haritatos is a long Greek mouthful and you don't need to worry about it. I live in downtown San Diego. It doesn't sound like it because I'm originally from South Africa. And I am all about helping entrepreneurs and creatives to activate their creativity. I like to say I inspire creative shenanigans through online and in-person creativity retreats and challenges and workshops. And I also am a dancer and I wow and empower with burlesque and Latin dance workshops and shows. And my word, it first came like the word wild and then magic, but that was actually my words for the year. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll take that. Wild magic. And then a little bit later, it was like, no, it actually has to be wild, juicy magic. So they're the words that I had.
Yeah, why not? All right. We'll take it. And Joanne, welcome. And come off mute, if you would. I think I can take you off. There you go.
There. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
So I live in Southern California, in Orange County, actually. And I am currently working in the elder care arena or on 2 continents. And my word, which I discovered, I think, yesterday, and it's resonating, is Becca, as in Rebecca. Because in the Bible, Rebecca followed her mother-in-law wherever she was led to go. And that's the picture of my life right now. And I do want to put a shout out to Nikki and Vasi, who through the 2 of them, I was connected to Nikki, and have participated, and I'm currently finishing a creative year with her. So I would say the other word for me is artist, and I'm discovering what that is. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah. So if we take these words and we put them together, we're beginning to have a really holistic view of feminine. And then Vasi and I are going to share our definitions. But I'd like to put so far well, I'll tell you, Vasi, the word that came to me, and actually it was a sentence. Your smile is magic. Your smile is magic. So first it was smile, but then it was, I remember when I was in 8th grade, my 8th grade history teacher, I was really shy and not very happy. Not like I was unhappy, but I was unhappy. I didn't know it. I just had this low level depression, and there's a whole story on that. But my history teacher pulled me aside one day and he goes, "Your smile is beautiful. You should smile more." And I was embarrassed and complimented at the same time, felt like, oh, really? Like I had no idea. And ever since, you can see when you smile at somebody, you shift their whole day. Mm-hmm. It just, Selena, when you've smiled at me, at the event we were at, it was like, wow, okay, I can do this. I can go on with life. It's great. So our smiles are magic. But so if I read, and Vasi, was there a one word you had coming into today?
Yeah, actually, it came to me as I was doing the centering. It's expansive joy.
Expansive joy. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
oh, wow.
I put all of ours into the chat as you all were talking. I put all our words there for our definition.
I'm not seeing all of them. Oh, there they are.
Christy
okay.
and Josette.
Yeah. So unfolding for infinity, empress, flow, compassion, tenderness, blanketed elevation, calmness, warmth and light, wild, juicy magic. Your smile is magic, expansive joy.
And did you get Joanne's as artist in there?
Artist. Yes. Thank you. I was trying to read it without the names, but I was skipping things. Beautiful. It's like, wow. Artist and Becca. And so.
And can I add something? Because sometimes words don't do it justice, right? It's like we have words, but I loved that, a few of you shared images too, right? So it's like it's the energy of feminine power, which we're going to explore in our time together. And sometimes I just want to give everyone permission, like if as you're talking, you get an image, share it with us. Don't feel constrained by words. We want this to be an expanded, creative space for your authentic expression, whatever that's like for you. Or it could even be a color, Yeah.
So we're just going to introduce ourselves quickly, and then we'll go into our topic today. And so for those of you who don't know me, my background and what I do in the world includes digital marketing and being a leadership and business development consultant. I'm also a hypnotherapist, and I'm the creator of the Feminine Power Cards, which is a deck of wisdom cards that we're going to be using in today's session. And everybody who comes to the retreat gets a deck. They are endorsed by John Gray, the author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. And they offer practical tools and principles, feminine power principles, to just get us back to our feminine place when we need to balance out our energies, or if we're dealing with something in life and we just don't know how to shift the energies, or we want support in shifting that energy towards utilizing our feminine power. They're awesome for that. One side of them has a practice and the other side has a principle. I mean, a principle. Pink is the principle, the blue is the practice. And so I thought I'd share my definition of feminine energy that came to me a little bit several years ago, but it's just so powerful for me. Maybe it will be for you. And by the way, I've been leading gatherings for women since 1991. And so this is a passion of mine, connecting with women. I just told a friend of mine yesterday, I said, if you want better relationships with men, create better relationships with women. And she was like, why? And I said, come to the retreat. You'll understand. But maybe some of you already get that. And if not, and even if you do, come to the retreat type of thing. So feminine energy is like fire. It can warm you up. It can create an intimate atmosphere. It creates light, produces heat, and it's a powerful energy. It's transformative. Whereas fire turns solid into liquid and raw into cooked, the feminine is a state-changing energy. Like fire, the divine feminine is sometimes associated with magic. It turns dark spaces into light. It can be dangerous. It can be mesmerizing and luring. It can burn and destroy. It can be sacred and revered. When mishandled or misunderstood, it can rage out of control. When focused, honored, given conscious attention, and channeled appropriately, it can be a divine healing connecting force. This is the power of the feminine. And so, Vasi, would you like to introduce yours?
Yeah, thank you for that, Laura. Every time I hear it, it just sinks in a little deeper for me. Hi, everyone. I'm Vasi Hentalis, for those of you who don't know me. And I have a business called Ignite Your Soul, where I provide intuitive breakthrough sessions as a coach and energy healer to what I call game changers. So that's us women that are out there doing things in our own way with our own spiciness and our own vision for a more loving, creative, and joyful world. And like yourselves, I believe in the power of the feminine energy, and my journey has brought me here because I had a lot of questions about what that looked like. And I came through corporate, and then many years ago, and went through a divorce, and then was asking questions about how I can show up in all my relationships in a way that was true to my soul and true to my heart. And I really longed to do it in a way that didn't necessarily look like anyone else. And so I've explored that creatively as an intuitive artist. I've explored it as a wife, as a daughter, as all these different roles, and even outside of those roles. And what I've come to learn is that it's so important that the relationship with myself is the most important part. And so feminine energy took on a whole life of its own for me, which was how to express that. So to express it through my voice, to express it through my art, to express it through these gatherings, just in a number of ways. And ultimately, the way that I access my feminine power is I listen to my intuition and my creativity. Those are my two most powerful ways right now. And that's just brought me a real peace and a calm and also clarity. It's really helped me in times is to rely on those feminine qualities. So as I've brought them more into my business over the last 20 years, I should say businesses, it's been different businesses. It's allowed me to understand leadership from a different perspective. And that's why when Laura asked me to partner with her on these retreats a year ago. It's our year anniversary, Laura. Did you realize that? Our anniversary coming up. Yes. It was just a big yes, because women collaborating together is so special and juicy. So I'm going to share with you my definition, my current definition of feminine energy, which I wrote a couple months ago. Feminine energy is like liquid light. It is the way of our heart. It is the courage to stand in our power and speak truth. It is embracing, allowing, expansive, and expressive. It is the energy, excuse me, that seeks to connect, to create, to conjure, to offer up compassion whenever and wherever it is most needed. Like a chalice of pure water, it flows with love. It cannot be contained. It is the universal force that flows in all of us. So that's what I wanted to share with all of you.
I love that. Well, so I promised you we'd go through. That was awesome, Bossy, really awesome. So
Thank you.
I want to encourage everyone to take that word that you started with from the meditation or the centering that Bossy did and expand on your definition. That would be like when you leave today. Ooh, I love that. Cool, soothing aqua, Joanne. Thank you. So as you do that, the next thing the next thing I want to cover, as a promise, were the feminine power cards. We actually picked 3 to work with today. And Bossy, we have to do something clever today because I did not convert this to a meeting, so we can't do breakouts.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So we'll work on that.
Yeah.
We're going to give you breakouts, but we'll probably do it we'll do it everyone. We don't have that many people, so I think we can do everybody.
I think we will. Yeah.
But
it's going to be juicier.
Yeah, I wanted to share the cards and the 3 cards that we picked, and I'll put them on the screen now, the words from them, the principles, I should say. So the 3 feminine power cards that we have, the first one is letting go of attachment of things, people, and ideas allows for something greater to happen. And these are all related to our theme of soften into your essence and allow magic to unfold. I'm so glad that magic came up a couple of times today already. Then the next one is allow the process to be the process, because sometimes logic and strategy are ineffective. And then finally, surrender into the softness of your being. And so let me also tell you the practice that goes with each of them. So the first one, letting go of attachment to things, people, and ideas allows for something greater to happen. So these cards have they're magical, first of all, but the blue side has on the bottom of it there you can see, do you see the smiley face at the bottom? So that smiley face means it's an affirmation. The practice is an affirmation. If it has a star, it's something to do. And if it's got a heart, it's something to contemplate. So this one has a smiley face, so it's an affirmation. I now receive the highest good that the universe has to offer. I let go and let God. So I'm going to say it again, repeat it to yourself. I now receive the highest good that the universe has to offer. I let go and let God. Okay. So that's the first card. The second card, allowing the process to be the process, because sometimes logic and strategy are ineffective, has something to do. And that is, we did this in the centering, actually. It's quiet your mind, place your attention on your feelings, your body, and instead of making something happen, allowing for something to emerge. And you all did that. You just relaxed and something emerged. So fabulous. The third one is surrender into the softness of your being. And here's a suggestion, a practice you can do. Create a romantic home or space where you can relax, feel safe, and open up. Create a romantic space where you can relax, feel safe, and open up. But we want to go a little deeper into these cards. And talk about why is doing something, first of all, with the one I just said, like create that romantic space. Why is that something like that so powerful? You know, for me, I like creating that safe place that feels sacred instantly. It could be like taking a candlelit bath, right? And it instantly softens me between the water and the light, the low light, right? I can connect to my body, honor my body, and allow myself to let go of stress, tension, or even tight thoughts. Mossy, how about you?
Yeah, for me, it's inevitably nature. Like there's something about the greens in nature and the blue sky and being able for my eyes to just kind of expand and look out. Um, and then just the energy. I grew up on a ranch in orchards, and then I lived in the redwood trees for years. And there's something for me about trees, especially in nature.
I love that. Well, we wanted to have each of you have some time to say, and I know, Selena, you have to go in at 4:45. Is that correct? Well, if you want to, like jump in and answer these two questions, I'll put them on the screen and go over them first. We might have just enough time for you to share. If we had breakouts, you'd have more time, but in about 2 minutes, a person here, what are some ways that help you be in a state of softening and allowing? What's that experience like? And what can you let go of that can help you soften into your essence? And I'll put these in the chat. I'll give you a minute to think about it. What are some ways that help you be in a state of softening and allowing? What's that like? And what can you let go of that would help you soften into your essence with the energy of who you are without even trying? Does anything come to mind, Selena?
Yes. So for me, it's always literally just going in the water. I need to be in the ocean. It's just, if things are really awry, it doesn't even matter if it's freezing cold. I will dive into the ocean and to clear my head. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is, but I do know that it works. And so that's just it's just an immediate refreshing and a feeling of literally washing myself clean. It doesn't matter if the water's even dirty. It's a feeling that I am reconnected to source. I'm reconnected to source energy, and I'm right where I need to be. And I've washed away all of the frustration, and I come from a home of a lot of disharmony, and so I don't have a lot of self-trust right away. I have to process that, and I guess what can I let go of is that feeling of, did I do something wrong? Oh, I'm sure I did something wrong. If something's off, I'm always blaming myself that I'm the one that created it. And so what I need to let go of is the belief or the thinking that somehow I made something go wrong. And even if, like on a Mother's Day and everybody comes and everything's wonderful, I'll come home thinking, I wonder if I did something wrong. It's just the way my subconscious framing works. And so that's what I am constantly looking to let go of and trust that I'm okay just the way I am.
Absolutely. You are. That is so powerful. So beautiful.
Thank you.
And
Thanks
you're
for
not,
inviting me.
yeah,
I'm
you're
really
not
grateful to
alone.
be here.
Yeah, you're not alone. And definitely watch the replay because I know other people can relate to this. Anybody relate to doubt, self-doubt, and wondering if we did something wrong? Yeah. So thank you. All right, let's
And I
all.
don't know if you noticed, Selena, but you had a lot of love coming at you, a lot of hearts there.
I did.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a compassionate synergy. That's what I came here for.
There you
There it
go.
is, right there, right for you. And things can shift. So, I mean, you have to go, but you got something very big out of just this session. To, you know,
Yes.
got all of our love,
Yes.
first of all, you know.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and
I don't have to leave at 4:45, but I do need to leave in about 7 minutes.
okay, great. So, given what Selena just shared, who is inspired, and it doesn't even have to be who now is feeling connected and would like to go next? Yeah, Lori.
For softening and allowing, what came to me was the warmth and light from the sun. I grew up in the Midwest and there wasn't a whole lot of sunshine or a lot of warmth, to be honest. And when I moved to San Diego, it was like 34 years ago. Oh my gosh, I thought I just went to heaven. And honestly, I still think I am in heaven. And so, whenever, well, I try to be just going out in my backyard and just sitting there, even if it's for 5 minutes. It just feeds me. It fills my heart, and that warmth just, it, like, I just lose all, like when we were doing the breathing in the beginning with Fosse, I just let go of everything, let it go. And so that's my favorite way. And I like it the best when it's quiet. And luckily I live in a quiet neighborhood. And what can I let go of? I've gotten a lot better at this, but I always, or I used to, I'll say, up until now, how's that? I put others ahead of me. And their needs, their wants, how they felt, how, if they were happy, all those things. And it's been a journey and a good one. And I continuously improve on looking at myself first. And the more I do, the happier I am. And little things like today pop up at me and I'll go, oh, that's one of those things again. And it takes me a while to unwind it, but once I do, it's like a freeing again. It's kind of like a release of something I didn't need anymore. So that's kind of how, that's how I interpreted those.
Awesome. It's
Thank
so,
you.
isn't awareness powerful? It's so-
Yes,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Barbara, was that you saying you'd like to go next?
I can. I wasn't saying it, but
I saw your hand go like this. So I took
Oh,
it as
she's
a sign.
petting your cat, maybe.
Yeah, we love that. What's your cat's name?
Porter.
Porter.
Oh.
Um, Tell me the question again, please.
Sure. So what are some of the ways that help you be in a state of softening and allowing, and what is that like? And what can you let go of to help you soften?
Mm. If I start my day with meditating and I end my day with meditating, it's pretty much a soften, easy day. Petting my cat always softens me, and swimming. I would say those are the three things. And letting go of. When someone does something towards me when they're being triggered, and it then reciprocally triggers me, is reminding myself that they're doing the best they can and that I'm doing the best I can. And to move to a place of forgiveness towards whatever I'm reacting to.
Powerful.
Ooh.
Thank you. Yeah. I feel like I'm petting your cat with you.
He had a partner named Cole. We named them Cole Porter for Cole Porter. And he got out of the house, and I'm pretty sure a coyote must have eaten him because we live in the mountains. And it's almost 2 years now, and this guy still looks everywhere for his body. So he's attached on to me and my husband a lot more than when Cole was here.
Wow. And you are subsequently attached to him as a result more.
Yeah, well, I was attached to both of them pretty much.
I'm sorry about Cole.
Yeah, we can't figure out whether to get another cat because he's 15 years old and they were together for 15 years. Or whether he's better off just with us.
Yeah. I'll let you know. Yeah. All right. Thank you for the cat and the sharing. Who would like to go next? Adriana? Okay.
Some ways that help me be in a state of softening and allowing. When I was younger, it was playing musical instruments. I just got lost in it all. Now it's out in nature and grounding my feet in sand or grass or water. It just envelops me so much, and an instant calmness, which is just amazing. What can I let go of? Look, there's a lot of things, and I think I've been doing a bit of work over the years, but maybe not doing so much, letting go, just letting other people take control. I don't think I'm a control person, but I like to do a lot of things. And by letting go of that, I'm finding that I'm not so stressed, I'm not so all over the place, and it's actually making better relationships. So yeah, thank you.
Beautiful. Marcy, do you want to facilitate some too?
Sure. Who's up next?
Sylvia.
Okay.
Thank you. For me, it's being in nature. I love meditating in nature. I'm blessed that I'm right in front of the ocean and I get to hear the ocean waves from my bedroom. And so it's very soothing, but nothing like going out there and being barefoot and feeling the sand between my toes. Just really enjoy being in nature, woods. It could be a park, anywhere where I can connect with nature. And meditating in those spaces always allows me to just kind of find some ease in that and smooth it out. It helps me to just get in that space where I feel like I can connect with source, and quiet the mind and really try to let go of those limiting thoughts. Trust and, just kind of have that little self pep talk with myself and just find some ease into those, again, limiting thoughts or anything that doesn't serve me. So that always feels good to be in nature. And I love to observe families and children, and especially children, that are so innocent. And I remind myself that we all started there. We were all there at that,
Nice. Yeah.
all started there. And so that always just it just fills me with joy and just kind of rejuvenates my spirit and gives me that sense of hope. So yeah.
That's wonderful. And I know you mentioned letting go of limiting thoughts. Is there any particular thought right now that you want to let go of that helps you soften? Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to do a little plug-in because Vasi and I shared some time together on Saturday at the Healing Center, and it was wonderful. I had a beautiful session with Vasi, and a lot of things came up, but one of them was that, over the years I've worked on, my personal development, healing, overcoming things. And I think I shared with you, Vasi, that it feels like, it's in fractals, different things can come up at different stages in our lives, depending on what we're going through, kind of moving through different experiences. And yeah, different self-limiting thoughts. But I think right now that I'm at this crossroad of uh, transitioning in my career and trying to focus more on what my real true passion is and calling purpose, is letting go of attachments, right? I consider myself a seasoned professional, and I've had different positions and experiences, and in some of these changes in my past, there was a sense of attachment and self-doubt at the same time. Attachments where, you become part of a team, a company culture, and, and it could play a lot of things in your mind, because I've been laid off a couple times, and now the company's closing this division. And before, it was always like questioning my ability, or, questioning myself, those self-limiting thoughts. And now I'm in a different place with that. I have 3 grown children that are independent. Thankfully, they're all healthy and good. But when I made that transition as an empty nester, there's a sense of attachment. So I think my different experiences, specifically that one, has helped me to really detach. There's emotions with all of this, and I have a really good team that I work with, but there's a different level of acceptance this time, and even some sense of excitement
Yeah.
around the corner.
Bravo.
And Vasi, you
Bravo,
did that
Sylvia.
light to help me really get to that point, and I really thank you from the bottom of my
Oh,
heart.
you're
Yeah.
welcome. And thank you for sharing that letting go of attachment. There were several of us nodding with you that it really resonates, right? As we go through these passages in life, letting go of attachment and the trust that comes with
Yeah,
it
because
too.
attachments
Yeah.
could be many things, right?
Yeah.
Just emotional. Some people struggle with codependency. I mean, there's different things that can show up as a sense of
Absolutely.
attachment that we just have a hard time, you know,
Mm-hmm.
allowing things to be in their place,
Mm-hmm.
allowing ourselves to be
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
I think that's what's feeling different so far. And
Great.
I'm not overcome by fear or, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and yeah, so
Great. Thank
I'm
you,
gonna
Sylvia.
continue to flow in love and light.
That's so great. So who, after hearing what Sylvia said, like has something that just seems to, speaking of flow, that flows from that?
I can hop
'Cause
in.
I felt Josette. I was gonna say, I feel Josette. You're supposed to follow this. Yeah.
For me, whenever I want to soften, I turn to creativity. So it can be watercolors, it can be puzzles, it can be neurographic art. I love doing that. Um, and it just allows me to get quiet in a way that feels deeper than my mind is usually racing. I usually have lots of ideas all the time. And so that's how I get quiet, because I'm able to get quiet, especially if my hands are occupied. I'm that kind of learner. I'm that kind of, meditator. And I think that, for using that creative process allows me to just kind of really sink in and recognize my own rhythm internally, so that I'm in touch with that quiet voice, that the quietness of the feminine energy.
Yeah. Wonderful, Josette. And what can you let go of that will help you soften even more into that feminine energy?
Quiet doesn't always mean feminine. So I think, recognizing that you can still be in your masculine even when you're in quiet moments and letting go of that kind of control, environmental control.
Mm. Mm. So letting go of control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very profound. Thank you, Gisette.
Mm-hmm.
And who's up next? Nikki.
I'll go because what I have goes really beautifully with all of that. Speaking about creativity, there's a few things that I was thinking of, and then as time went on, I collected more. So I wrote them down, and I'm going to take a look and share. But Lori, I'm with you on the sun, the warmth and the light. I say that I'm solar charged. So me being in the sun is one of my favorite ways. I like to also, I love the ocean as well, but specifically I'm all about like tropical ocean. So what I like to do is take a walk in the sun to the water because I live by the bay. So that is something that I have been doing more regularly, like daily, and it's definitely made a huge difference. And um, the other things that I wrote down is really, so I'm a dancer, right? So dancing, but in a way that just kind of goes along with the music and just just see what happens. That's something that's really special to me. And the other thing that I was thinking about, because I was also thinking about, I was thinking about dancing, but also one of them is, um, I do partner dancing, so I do Latin dancing. One of the things that I recognized as we were exploring this, which is something I don't think I've ever really thought about, is when I have a really, really incredible dance with a really, really great partner, that 100% puts me in that state of softening and allowing. Because, and I would say I'm so grateful I have had the opportunity to dance with some incredible leaders that it's just like I don't know, and then like I'm get enveloped by this warmth, and I wrote down the words warm and protected and freedom at the same time. So that was very interesting because I'm following. I don't have to be in charge, and I'm just enjoying the moment. And so a big thing that came out of that, I was like, whoa, that's like a whole lot of trusting energy. That's really, really beautiful. So thank you for that. That was I mean, I've been dancing like this for such a long time and I've never really thought about that way. But I also like, I can feel it. I felt it in, dancing with my favorite dances. Um, yeah, being able to follow and trust. And I'm going to add this too. It's really blissful and peaceful, but also very energizing and really safe too. There's a lot of safety in that. So another thing that I was exploring is when I'm really, really connected to my intuition and to my creativity, there's so much of the same, like so much of the same energy in the same words, right? The trust, the freedom, the blissfulness, like all those things. So really, like this is beautiful. Thank you, everybody, for all of your input into this. And I would say some of the things I'm letting go of is, well, one of the things I would say is I'm kind of been feeling these days a little bit like a lone wolf again, instead of being part of like a wolf pack. And so I think what I would like to let go of is this thing that I feel like I am always a leader and I have the energy of a leader, and even in like things that I attend, I end up becoming a leader and leading. And so I think I would like to really encourage this following energy, and that goes very much into allowing and letting things come to me. So in all those like different, let's say, circles that I was talking about, there's a lot of opportunity for allowing and for trusting, and then when I'm in that, I have this like really beautiful, deep inspiration that is able to be like can bubble to the surface and really do beautiful things. So, yeah. Oh, and one last thing, because it's all related, is the last couple of months I've been looking at like what is it that I'm doing for work, last year I had a particular focus to work on corporate events because I do stage management and backstage management. And these last few months, I was like kind of searching on the outside to have more of that, not that specific kind of work, but like working for others versus my own work, my own my creativity coaching, my own all that stuff, events, all the things that I host, for it to be the thing rather than being like looking for stuff on the outside. So I'm letting go of that, like officially, even though I'm like thinking about it, I'm actually gonna let go of it and be like, yeah, my like being in my work is actually the way, not being outside and looking for stuff on the outside, but rather allowing the energy of who I am without even trying. Like that's what that's all about. So thank you very much.
So juicy, Nikki. Thank you so much. There was so much you tied together, and Laura and I are both nodding because there's so much of what we do in this that you spoke to in such a beautiful way. Yeah, thank you. So we have maybe a couple more minutes to wrap up this section. So I'm just going to see if we can, let's see. We've got Joanne and Christy and Tina. So who would like to go next?
I'll go. Am I unmuted?
You are unmuted.
Okay, I'll go very fast. I wrote down a couple things. So number one, ways that help me to be in a state of softening and allowing, active listening. I find that when I put myself in a place of active listening, I can tune into things outside of myself. And with that is all of the replenishing and the resting and the restoring that nature provides. Another example of that for me is being present with my elderly aunt and just taking the back of my hand and rubbing it on her cheek or across her forehead or giving her a little back rub. It's a soothing thing I know I'm providing to her, but it's equally soothing for me. And I really treasure those moments. And then the second thing, so what can I let go of? I think for me, this is probably a lifelong journey, and that is letting go of my own perceived needs my perceived needs of what others, okay. My perceived needs, sorry. Okay, back it out. My perception of the needs that others have. So I mirror into that a lot, and I kind of put myself on hold to take care of everybody else's needs, blah, blah, blah. And so letting go of that and then refocusing. See, this is my my place in life right now is really putting the pointing the finger at myself and saying, okay, what do you need right now? How can you follow your intuition and take care of your own inner space and your inner needs more of the time versus less of the time, because I still spend way too much of my energy focusing externally versus internally. Yep, that's it.
That's such a powerful question to be asking yourself, Joanne. All of us. Congratulations on that. Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you. And let's see, I think Christy or Tina, who would like to go? Tina.
Myself.
I think I can do
Yes,
it.
you are off mute.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
I guess
Am I unmuted? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. How about Tina and then Christy?
Oh, great.
Okay. Thanks.
I was gonna speak to the feeling of allowing and softening by walking on the beach. I get transported every time I'm there. Just, I don't even feel my feet. I'm walking an hour and, just in that space is really beautiful. So it's my nature walk. And in addition, I'm a very visual person, very, goal-oriented vision board type person. And so listening is using another sense, my hearing. And so closing my eyes is a way to go deeper, softening even more. So I find that really helpful. And didn't expect the what I can let go of question. So I'm more driven towards something. So I don't know. I too am, as I described earlier, professionally a nurse helping others. That generates a lot of reward for me in seeing others be healthier, improve what, do the work that they do on themselves. So I guess for me to let go of too much responsibility and just allowing me to be responsible for me. Yes.
Yeah, that's a powerful statement for all of us. Thank you. Thanks, Tina.
Sure.
And Christy.
Here we go. I really related to what Laurie said about being out in nature. I grew up on a farm in Ohio. And so I would get up very early in the morning and pack myself a little lunch and head out. And we had 400 acres. And so I would just go and get lost in that area. And I lived that life until I was 13. And then my dad moved the family to a small suburb. But to me, it was like a huge city, I did not adjust well as far as socializing. I'd come from a real small parochial school that had 2 classes in a classroom to this, what looked to me like a really big high school. And so I was shy like you, Laura, and, just kind of, I was a good student, but I didn't get involved, with any extracurricular. I was really good in track. And so the outdoors has always been great for me. And I'm a mountain person rather than an ocean person. And so where I live now is I'm across the street from a golf course. And my favorite thing to do is if I'm up early in the morning, I make myself a cup of tea and I go out and I sit on our front stoop, and right across is the golf course. And so there's a lot of nature that's going on, especially early in the morning. And this last week, I watched a crow family trying to build a nest with a hawk trying to disturb that whole thing. And it was quite an experience and then every day there'd be a little more change in the nest and the hawk was still there. Now I think what's happened is that the hawk gave up because the crow family are still there. And but I just get great joy out of watching nature. And the thing that I find gets me in trouble that I have to remember to let go of is expectations. Especially if you have people in your family that aren't on a spiritual journey and, not growing, and they can do some things that kind of set you up for a trap, so to speak. And if I can just remember not to accept gracefully what they can give, because someone else said, I don't remember who it was, but they're doing the best they can do at that time, And so, yeah, letting go of expectations is a good one for me to remember. Thanks.
That's powerful. How many of us want to let go of expectations? Yeah. I think we all can relate. That's so great. And Nikki, oh my gosh, I got chills when you were talking about the dance and being in the flow and feeling the power of that softness. And it's so, I want to go dance now. You'll have to tell me where I can do that. I'm not a great dancer, but I still want to do it. But I know what you mean when you're in the presence of somebody who's leading you and you can just relax. You feel safe. That's that gentle masculine. That's the energy where the feminine thrives. And we need those energies in our life a lot of time, if we want to step into our feminine more, it really brings out something else. And that's why this card about surrender into the softness of your being, if you can create that space that you feel safe and sacred in, it also helps. So sometimes we don't have the option to go dance with a partner or have a partner that creates that, but we can create it too and hold that intention for that to come into our lives too. And then I wanted to I want to take a quick poll because Nikki, you said something about being in on your own, a lone wolf, right? And I wanted to know how many of us are feeling like, how often do you feel like you're operating in a silo? Do you all see the poll? Did it come up?
Yes.
Okay. So choose one of these. I initiate and do most everything on my own. I'm rarely given or asked for support. About half the time I feel connected and supported. In my initiatives, I have a community team or wise counsel who support me frequently. I feel 100% supported in my vision and have a community who has my heart. So I'm curious, which one are you at mostly?
Do you want us to say it, or it doesn't look like we
can you put an answer in?
It says host and panelists cannot vote.
Really? All right, well then say it.
Mine is I have community
You have community
and support.
Yes, 75% there. Great. Yeah. Anybody else want to share? Yeah, Christy, let me unmute you. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's see. I think definitely the last one, I have 100 support of a community that I created.
Beautiful.
So the community didn't come to me. I had to reach out and create that community.
Yeah. Anybody else looking for that kind of a community or want to create that kind of community?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Anybody says, no, I'm okay, I don't need a community?
I feel 100% supported in my community.
Awesome. Yeah. Wonderful. It's really important. So I wanted to share with you a little bit more about what we have coming next. And both Bessie and I did want to do that. So I'll share my screen a little bit. We're providing an intentional space to play in feminine power and practice that synergizing of being in a synergy with that feminine energy with others who are practicing in our lives. It's not easy to find people who are speaking this language, is what I'm saying a lot on a regular basis. And we often find ourselves in conversations here and there. But what if you could explore in community how to show up in your feminine, your power in a personal and professional life so your voice is heard more without having to automatically jump to that masculine side, and be supported with tools and insights and wisdom in a sacred space. So, you know how you got energized by sharing what you did today and by the questions we asked? We'd love to be able to create that for you again. And so you can learn, share, and receive and practice applying and integrating feminine power. It's like a yoga practice. Okay. Being in the feminine. That's why the cards, I love them because they remind me, oh, yeah, I can practice this because we live in a highly masculinized world and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a little out of balance, right? Thanks, Sylvie. And yeah, we're going to be done within 10 minutes. So I wanted to share a little bit about the retreat that we have coming up. It's on June 7th and 8th. We have a full weekend planned where we're going to nurture each other and slow down. We'll do some cooking together. Actually, we have someone who's going to guide us. So it's not going to be, we don't have to do a lot of the work. She'll prepare everything, but guide us through with her wisdom, deepen connections. We'll heartstorm. And Vasi, maybe you can talk a little about this heartstorming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so each of us have in our heart something that either we're wanting to take to the next level or something we're wanting to initiate or create. And so this is a time where we're going to invite you to open your heart to us, and we will open our hearts and really listen. This is different from brainstorming. This is really listening deeply from a feminine place. What is it you're really wanting to create in your life? So that's a type of circle that we'll be doing together in the retreat. And I just want to also mention that these pictures here are from the past 2 retreats. So Laura did one in Texas, and Laura and I did one in September. And this is what people had, a combination of fun and playfulness and connection. And we'll talk a little bit more about what we do in the retreat. But I just wanted to say these are actual pictures, not stock photos.
Yeah, exactly. So here's what you'll experience: yummy, healthy meals, the cooking class. We're going to do a sound healing. We have an amazing woman who brings all of her crystal bowls and does a sound healing for ourselves and heart storming. And I think a couple of you have talked about being creative. So soul collage, and Christy, I know, is a facilitator as well, but I'm a certified I'm a soul collage facilitator, a trained soul collage facilitator. And it's an intuitive collaging process. And what's so cool is it's not vision boards, it's way deeper. It goes deeper, and we actually get to your soul's wisdom, and then we do readings from the cards. And so it's a creative process, it's a wisdom evoking process, and it's quite magical. So I'm super excited to every time somebody does it. In fact, I was at another women's group, and one of the women there brought her soul collage cards from the last retreat because the topic of the day was to share something about yourself and use an object or something, bring something that represents. So she brought her soul collage cards. Why? Because they're your soul's wisdom in imagery form. And there's unlimited soul collage cards you can create. So there's not just one, but we will create 1 or 2 in the weekend, and you'll be guided through that. It's profound. And you'll get a gift of the feminine power cards. We'll do some movement. We'll do guided meditation. And then Vasi, talk about the self-love and clearing guidance section. That actually happens after, right?
Yeah. So as part of the retreat, you get a 30-minute session with both myself and Laura. And the session with me is clearing any blocks to self-love, which is a great source of our feminine energy. And also, I'm happy to offer intuitive guidance to any area of your personal or business or career during our 30 minutes together.
And you'll also get a feminine integration session, and that could cover a whole host of things. So by the end of the retreat, we'll be more clear on what that session will be. But it's about how, like, if you're in transition, how do you take what you got out of the weekend and apply it to your work life or your transition into whatever you're doing? Or if you're stable, what's next for you, and how can we support you? So the logistics are, we're going to do a meet and greet on Wednesday the 5th at 5:30 p.m. Pacific. And then Friday we'll gather in person. It'll be in South Park, which is San Diego. We have a lovely woman whose home we'll be at from 4 to 8, and then Saturday 10 to 7. And if there are parts of it you need to step out for, you need to be late or whatever, that we are flexible in how, arriving. We know people have time, but we don't want things to go on in their lives. We don't want that to just have you stop and not have to participate. I mean, if you have an all-day event, obviously that won't work, but if you have things that need to just be taken care of and then you can be present with us, we can make arrangements. You'll go home at night to your own accommodations, and you're welcome to invite people to igniteyourfeminine.com and sign up for the Spalicious retreat as long as we have space. So we'd love for you to bring it on. And then there is an option also to join us beyond the retreat for a 7-week course or play shop. It's online. I love it. Vasi, maybe you can say a couple of words about it because it's mine, but you've participated in it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've done a lot of way. Am I coming through?
You are now.
Okay. I've done a lot of different things over the years with feminine energy and feminine power, and I was totally unprepared for how amazing Laura's was. It was so great. I went through it last year, the course, and it gives us time to practice with each other. So that practicing in community. And it's also very fun and very easy. So it's a live course for, an hour, and then you have things you can do in between. And it's just very doable to weave in. And I found it to be very nourishing and energizing at the same time of those.
We even have a panel of men that come in and talk to us about feminine power. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And the power of women. So we'll talk to you more. But inside the course, there's you can see more about it at Ignite Your Feminine. But we talk about your essential nature, how women are the rulers and the healers of the world, how to flip into feminine power in your relationships and amplify your joy and magnetism, and understand men, and how to be taken seriously while expressing yourself and creating that sacred space. We're going to do this together. So it just keeps the practice alive. So the course normally and retreat would be $12.97. The 7-week course itself is $7.97. The retreat only is $8.97. This is normal, but we are running a special right now, and the early bird, if you want the course and the retreat, it's $825. If you want it's actually now a 7-week course. It's $525, and the retreat is only $625 to join us. The value really is over $3,000 of the retreat itself. The 7-week course is $1,200. So that's almost a $4,500 value there. So we feel like it's so incredible that we want to come together, and there is a payment plan if you need that. So feel free to join us. If you want to join us, go to igniteyourfeminine.com. The link to check out is there. And we would love to have you join us. Yeah. And Vasi put in the shortcut to the retreat page on the website. So please check it out. What questions do people have? You can reserve your spot also by taking a snapshot. You can screenshot this, or you can take a snapshot. And Vasi, I know you were going to close us out.
Yeah. So I just wanted to get a quick check. Any questions before I close this out? Okay. And you'll get a follow-up email if you want to look into this anymore. And also, I think we'll have the replay out as well. So first of all, I wanted to thank each and every one of you for coming and bringing your beautiful presence with us and sharing it with us. And I'd like you to just check in and see what word or quality, use a word, what quality or energy are you leaving with in a word? What quality or energy are you leaving with today? And then I'm just gonna invite just sort of whoever wants to go, and then we'll just flow from there. Who wants to start us off?
Joy.
Who's got joy?
I put in the chat. Yeah, Christy. Did you have a word, Christy?
Peacefulness.
Peacefulness. Thank you.
I'm feeling confidence.
Yes. Lovely.
Nikki?
Flow, I think, is the thing that's not coming to me.
Flow. Mm-hmm. And Tina says grateful. Tina direct messaged me. That's great. And Joanne, you're unmuted. Do you want to say?
Yeah, my word is ease.
Nice.
And Barbara, do you have a word you want to share with us? I unmuted you, so you're good to go.
Present.
Present.
And my word is gratitude.
And Josette, did you go?
Oh, sorry, Josette.
Okay. Contemplative.
Lovely. Well, I'm so glad you took this time to step into your feminine essence and get to these spaces of joy and gratitude and contemplation and confidence. Just beautiful.
And flow.
And so I know I missed a couple, but whatever you are.
Yeah.
This is the power of the feminine. It's subtle. There's something women can do for women that when we consciously do it, it's so beautiful and inspiring, empowering, and uplifting. We can do so much more when we're together in that. And the whole thing that I started these retreats for was to help women go from silos to synergy. So and just by being here, you're already in the synergistic process. Each of us has your heart. We know a little bit about you. So when I think about dancing, I'm there with you, Nikki, you know, receiving your energy and also sending you, stay in that energy. It's so great, So same thing for each of you who have shared your heart. It's like you now have sisters in synergy here. So I'd love to stay connected, and feel free to come back each month to our wisdom circle, and please feel free to join us at the upcoming retreat or one after that. Thank you. Thanks, Tina.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. So glad you could make it.
Thank you.